like I'll always need you.
Suddenly you realize you'll never have the good relationship you wanted, and as long as they were alive, even though you'd never admit it, part of you, the stupidest goddamn part of you, was still holding on to that chance, and you didn't even realize it until that chance went away.
I really hate her for everything she put me through, but I also miss her with every cell of my being.
Does it ever go away? At some point it becomes bearable.
You wake and your chest is already tight. Not tight like panic. Tight like it remembers everything you didn't survive. Your arms tremble when you reach for the blankets. Your legs feel like they belong to someone else. You want to roll over, breathe, pretend you are alive, but your body refuses. You remember their hands in yours, warm and steady. Your chest aches for it, twists in betrayal because they are gone. Your heartbeat drums in your ears, louder than the world outside. Your eyes sting, but it's not tears yet. It's the ache before tears arrive. Every muscle argues with you. Every fiber of your being wants them back. You try to speak their name. It dies in your throat. Your lips tremble. Your hands shake. You are screaming inside your ribs, and nothing in the room reacts. You clutch the sheets to your chest, desperate to hold something, anything, and it gives you nothing. The air in the room feels thick, almost physical, like it has weight. It presses on your lungs. It presses on the space where they used to exist. And you handle it anyway, as if doing so will make them real. It doesn't. You remember them in fragments, a laugh that started somewhere in their chest before spilling into yours, a hand brushing yours without thinking, the way their eyes softened when they noticed you noticing them, the way their voice would trail off mid-sentence, leaving the room vibrating with unspoken things. And then the cruel loop begins. You see them in every corner, every shadow, a flicker in the curtain, a crease in the pillow, the light falling at the same angle they used to like. You reach, and the space between you swallows your hands. You try to collapse into it anyway. You can't. You try to remember every detail perfectly. The tilt of their head, the crease in their forehead when they frowned, the rhythm of their breathing when they slept. But your mind blurs it, fades it, turns it into something almost real. And that hurts worse than knowing nothing at all. You feel like a stranger in your own body. Your heart starts doing strange things, not just aching. It starts misbehaving. Some mornings it pounds so hard it wakes you before the alarm. A deep, violent thudding in your chest, like someone knocking to be let out. Other times it skips a beat, then another. Your breath catches because for a second you think it might not start again. You sit on the edge of the bed, pressing your palm into your ribs, trying to feel the rhythm settle. It doesn't listen. Your ears start ringing like the room itself is losing balance. Your chest tightens so suddenly, you wonder if this is how people realize something is medically wrong. Your head feels light. Your stomach turns. A slow nausea crawls up the back of your throat, like your body is rejecting something it cannot digest. Sometimes your vision blurs for a moment when you stand. Sometimes your hands tremble for no clear reason. You try to eat, but the food tastes like paper. Your body chews without interest, like survival has become mechanical. The doctor would probably call it stress, elevated blood pressure, palpitations, nervous system overload. But none of those things explain the truth. Your body is grieving too. Your heart races every time a memory slips through your mind. Your chest tightens when a room reminds you of them. Your pulse jumps at the sound of laughter that almost sounds like theirs. As if your organs learned who they are. As if the blood moving through your veins still expects them to be somewhere nearby. And when your body realizes they aren't, it panics. The same arms that once held them now tremble with emptiness. The same chest that rose and fell with shed breath now aches with absence. Your stomach twists in a knot that no meal can undo. Your legs shake, like they are remembering a path they will never walk again. You want to scream, but the sound gets stuck in your throat. You want to run, but your feet refuse. You want to curl up, but even lying down feels like betrayal, like giving into a world that no longer makes sense. You are alive, and your body is already betraying you. Your mind? It keeps finding pieces of them in the corners of rooms, in the sound of wind through the window, in your own heartbeat. And every time it pulls at you, twists at the hollow that wasn't ready to exist, and leaves you raw. The morning comes, not gently, not softly. It crashes into you like glass. The sun pours through the window, sharp and bright. Birds chirp outside. Somewhere in the neighborhood, a car engine starts. The world is alive, and you are hollow. You stumble out of bed, your limbs heavy, foreign. Your hands shake, your body trembles. You want to cry, but there are no tears, only numbness, pressing into your bones. People arrive. They've come to comfort you, to touch you, to say it will be okay. They hug your shoulders, squeeze your hands. Their eyes are soft, but you feel like a stranger. You nod, mumble something that isn't words, smile a little, then retreat. Night comes. The weight hits harder. Grief sits heavy on your chest, drags your throat, stiffens your jaw. You clutch your knees, squeeze your arms against yourself. You are still alive, somehow. Days pass. Calls stack up. Flowers arrive. Meals are left. The world moves. You are suspended somewhere between living and remembering. You go through motions, answer, nod, think, smile, then collapse. You always collapse. Weeks blur together. Calls stop. Birthdays, holidays, seasons move. The world does not pause for the missing piece of you. Months dissolve. You forget the exact shape of their laugh, small inflections in their voice, the way they leaned when they listened, when they held you. Edges blur, details fade. Every time you try to hold on to them, they slip like water through trembling fingers. And eventually, years. And still, the hollow inside you trembles with their memory. Your body carries what's gone. Limbs remember weight. The world continues. Birthdays, promotions, laughter, love. You remain a ghost, moving among the living. No one sees it. No one feels it. The world has moved on. You, left in ruins, haunted by someone who isn't coming back. Every room carries a shadow. Every song reminds you. every laugh of someone else is a knife. The hollow grows, twists. You are alive, yet everything inside has been taken. The hardest thing, you are learning to walk through the world without them, to exist while everything you loved has vanished. Body remembers, mind remembers, hollowness remembers, and so you drift through days, through months, through years. Body, breath, bones, anchored to someone who is gone and never coming back. You see them alive, breathing, smiling, talking, and your chest tightens because they are not yours. Not yours to touch, not yours to hear, not yours to keep. You want to reach them. Your hands ache to hold them. Feel the brush of their hair against your fingers, the warmth of their hand slipping into yours, the curve of their shoulder as you pass by. You want their voice saying your name in the quiet, the way it once did, and they pull away before you even breathe. You remember the way their laugh started before it could fall apart, the smirk before they said something cutting, the small expressions that made them human, that made them yours, even for a moment. And now it is all out of reach. Sometimes you want to tell them everything. The new car you finally bought, gleaming in the sunlight. The way your promotion felt hollow without someone to celebrate it with. The joke your friend told that made you think of them. The street you walked down today, thinking they would have loved this view. But you cannot. Your words catch in your throat. Your hands fumble. Your mouth opens and closes. And they are not here. You replay moments over and over. The text they never answered. The glance that meant nothing to them, but everything to you. The hug that ended too soon. Every word they spoke to someone else twists like a knife. Sometimes you see them in someone else. A laugh that curves the same way. A tilt of the head. A way of chewing a bite too slowly. Your chest seizes. Your hands twitch. You reach for them. And your fingers close on air. You ache in ways no one sees. The memory of leaning your head against their shoulder, warm and safe, now twists through you like a weight you cannot lift. You press your hands against the cold surface of a wall, imagining it's them, and it isn't. Sometimes at night you hear their voice in a song you played too loud. A word in a conversation hangs in the air like a laugh you can almost touch. Your body jerks forward, craving the feel of their warmth, the soft brush of their hair against your palm. But they are not here, not ever. You try to breathe, you try to move, but the body remembers what the heart cannot have. The hollow grows, the ache grows. Still, you want. Your love stretches across a distance that cannot be crossed. Your hands grasp air, and your chest twists for someone who refuses to be reached. Some grief is not for the dead. Some grief is for the living, for the ones who refuse your reach, for the ones who are here and yet entirely gone. You wake and the shape of them is fading. Not all at once, not suddenly, just slipping. You try to picture their face, the corners of their eyes, the tilt of their mouth, the exact pause before something tender. But your mind offers fragments, pieces frayed at the edges, blurry and fragile. Their laugh, it starts to feel like someone else's memory. Distant. The sound of their voice, once so precise, drifts like smoke you can almost hold, but never fully. The way they moved, their gestures, the rhythm of their hands, it dissolves. Panic rises. The more you forget, the more it feels like they never existed. And the fear is not just losing memory. It's that losing it feels like erasing the proof they were ever real. You clutch at fragments, a word, a laugh, a shadow on the wall. You whisper their name, trace the outlines of memories with your fingers. Every touch makes them thinner, more insubstantial. Sometimes a detail returns, sharp, clear, almost unbearable. And then it's gone again, fading, dissolving, leaving only the ache of absence behind. You glimpse them in places they shouldn't be. A stranger with the same tilt of their head, a song that catches in your chest, a photograph of someone else that somehow carries their weight. For a moment, your chest fills with recognition, then emptiness when you realize it's not them. You lie awake, imagining the lines of their face, the cadence of their voice, the warmth of their touch. Each night, you notice a little less, a little blurrier, a little farther away. The most terrible thing is not that they are gone, it's that your mind is letting them go too. And the evidence of their existence, what you loved, what you held inside, might vanish completely. All that's left is the ache, the silent terror of forgetting them entirely. You open the fridge and stare for a second too long. You're not even hungry. You were just expecting something. Maybe the sound of their voice from the other room. Maybe the way they used to ask what you were looking for, even when they already knew. The door closes. The house goes quiet again. The floor shifts. Somewhere in the house. And your chest jumps before you can stop it. For half a second, your body is certain it's them. Certain they just walked in. Certain you're about to hear their footsteps coming down the hall. Nothing comes. Your hands drift towards your phone without thinking. You almost dialed the number that used to answer. Your thumb stops over the screen like it's waiting for permission. Then it drops back to your side. There is still so much you never said. You pass a chair and something in your chest tightens, not because of the chair itself, but because you remember the way they used to lean back in it, one arm hanging over the side, laughing at something you barely remember now. You whisper their name under your breath, just to hear what it sounds like in the room. The air swallows it immediately. Sometimes you catch yourself starting sentences that have nowhere to go. I wanted to tell you, and then the rest of the words collapse before they are even formed. Night makes it worse. The house settles into a silence so complete it almost feels deliberate. Every ordinary thing becomes a reminder, a light left on, a door half open, a shirt that still smells like them if you stand close enough. Grief doesn't only live in the big moments. It hides in the ordinary ones, in the kitchens, in half-finished conversations, in rooms that still feel like someone should be standing there. And somehow, every day, it finds you again. You cannot hold them. You cannot bring them back. You cannot reach the ones who are gone or the ones who never stayed. You cannot remember everything, and it hurts more than words could ever carry. You are walking through rooms full of ghosts, carrying pieces of people who are gone and pieces of people who never stayed. Every memory fades, every absence presses, every I wanted to tell you dies in your throat. You are tired in a way sleep never fixes. You are furious at a world that keeps breathing without them. You are broken in places no one can see, and still you keep moving. Maybe that's all you are now. Movement, shadows, hollow, waiting for something that will never come. You move through the rooms. The walls hold your breath. The floors remember your steps. Everything that was once theirs, chairs, light, air, glasses, hums with what will never return. You almost speak, almost reach, almost call, but the sound dies before it leaves your lips. The phone lies silent. The house lies silent. And you realize there is no echo. There is no answer. The memory of them stretches thin, like smoke slipping through fingers. You catch glimpses, a laugh that doesn't quite exist, a glance that isn't yours, and they vanish as soon as you reach. The hollow is not empty. It watches, it waits, it doesn't soften, it doesn't forgive. It is patient, it is permanent. You whisper a name, a word, a fragment of what you meant to say. It dissolves instantly into the stillness, and you understand, fully, finally, that there is nothing left to say, no one left to hear it. You are left with the trace of presence that will never return, with the ache that does not move, with the silence that will never end, and still, you keep walking through empty rooms, through shadows, through the memory of something that cannot be held, cannot be touched, cannot exist anymore. And the strange thing about grief is that it keeps moving the place where they lived. They are gone. And the terrible thing about memory is that it keeps changing. One day you will remember their voice perfectly, and the next day you don't. One day their face will feel close enough to touch, and the next day your mind will hand you something blurry, and you will sit there in a quiet room, realizing the last place they were alive was inside your head, and even that place is slowly losing them.
You still owe me a proper goodbye. You know that. You don't just leave like that.
I tried to remember your voice properly and it kept changing in my head.
I didn't get to say it properly. It's stuck now. Nowhere to put it. I love you. I love you. I love you. And you'll never hear it.